Now, the next thing we have to do if we're zoomed back out is identify the trend we are in based on the price action. And often in my classes, I'll say identify what kind of trend we're in currently. Are we in an uptrend, a downtrend, or more neutral consolidation? And the answer is it depends on the time frame you're on. But I want you to take a look at all these swings here. And I would suggest that since the 7th of April, we have been in an uptrend because we have been making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and hopefully now a higher low. So that is the structure of an uptrend. But if we were viewing this just on a 15-minute or a 1-hour chart, you would say that we are in a downtrend because right now you have a local downtrend marked by this is our high, then we make a low, then we have a lower high, a lower low, another lower high, and we should really zoom in more on that, and then a lower low, and another lower high. And now is the point where we're wondering, we're on the 200-day moving average. Is this going to be a turning point where we make our first higher low and perhaps a higher high? So if we're just projecting that out, that would mean we bounce here, make a higher high, another higher low, higher high. That is a change in the structure and the price action. But if we go back out and we look at all this price action, I would say it's not confirmed that we're in an uptrend yet relative to the highs that we set back at the end of January at close to $300 for Solana, because we had this massive downtrend that made these new lows. And locally, sure, we are in an uptrend right now, but until we pass this peak of $300, I would say, on a weekly scale, we can't say definitively that we are in a fresh uptrend. Even if you would have asked me about this price action here since April 7th, if we came to this a couple of weeks ago, and let's just use the replay tool to go back and say this was our price action, I would say, well, it looks like we are trying to recover, but this isn't a confirmed uptrend to me yet because we have just made this one higher low, but we haven't made a higher high yet. We haven't passed this previous swing right here. So until I see that confirmed, even on a smaller scale, I'm not comfortable saying we're in an uptrend because there is very much a world in which we could reject and then continue in a downtrend from all this price action. Thankfully, that didn't happen, but it's something you always need to be aware of and not get too bullish on the larger timeframes until you have that confirmation.